On a viewer request, I checked out the 18 Bronzemen playing on Hulu. Gotta say that though this is a viewer request, you're getting a lot of honesty here. And I was not terribly impressed with this film. I did try to look past the fact that Hulu seemed to have it in 4:3 when this is actually a widescreen traditional film. And so it's pan and scan at moments. I try to look past that, but even then, I still feel like this is a lesser of the recent Kung Fu movies I've been checking out. So, the 18 Bronzemen, we have this guy, I can't remember his name. He's been taken to the Shaolin Temple by his grandma. He's gonna learn Kung Fu, it's safe for him there. Grows up, and it's time for him to leave the temple, but he's gotta pass the 18 Bronzemen. So I believe. I kind of feel like they glossed over the title of the film here. Like, why did he have to fight these guys? I've seen other Shaolin Temple movies, they never mention these guys. If we're speaking of this as like a legend kind of stuff, fictionalized folklore, okay, fine. There's bronze guys in a temple, you have to fight them. I don't feel like it was built up enough for me to understand what the stakes were. So they go through the test, eventually, him and his buddy, who, I think his name's Carter Wang, and you may remember him from the Big Trouble in Little China. He was the guy who, exploded, the guy who blew up like a balloon. I guess this movie made him. He's like the best friend of the main guy. So, I'll be referring to him as Carter anyways. So, they're getting their Kung Fu on, they're going through. They have to pick up the boiling pot and it gives them the Scar the Dragon, like in the Kung Fu series on TV. You remember that? Grasshopper. So that all bit goes down. They get out of the Shaolin Temple and now they're on their own. As they proceed, they go to some tea house and there's this girl there and she gives them a bit of trouble and they fight. And then it's like these guys one of them's fighting her, main guy's fighting her, basically loses. She says, "Yo me your life," and he's like, I'm gonna fight you for real eventually. And she chases them around. They're on their quest to find the people, find out about this guy's family. His grandma died, warlord killed his family, that old bit, right? Sounds a little familiar if you watch any of the other Kung Fu movies. And I know that this one's before that Jet Li one, but anyways, they're like, hey, that guy, his Kung Fu's good. Why is he chasing us? Things like that. Clearly a chick. And something that bothered me about this movie was it felt like more than in the others. You had people doing their I can jump real high bit, where it's like they just spring a little, and then it cuts to them landing somewhere, but it doesn't even show their feet landing. Like, she jumps, and it just shows her face, and she's like, I'm on the boat now. I'm like, wow, that was shoddy as hell. And the Kung Fu up to this point was not that impressive. It was very static. A lot of, we're doing the hand stuff, and I punch, and then I'm waiting for someone to hit me back. And it kind of remains that way. We find out that main guy, an old guy says he's not who he thought he was, or something like this, but then we learn that's a lie. Carter's character was sent to protect this guy. His dad was a general, and when main guy was a little baby, General felt like he didn't do a good job protecting his family, so he sent his son to keep an eye on him. So Carter, the best monk in the movie, basically has to sacrifice himself because to defeat the evil general, the evil warlord. And it's like, okay, now we're going to reintroduce the principles used to beat the 18 Bronzemen. So it's like we're going after the pressure points. It would have been neat to see some more pressure point fu throughout the movie instead of kind of brought up and then here it is at the end. It didn't feel terribly complete. And with the story, not being really engaging, and also the slop of the presentation, probably due on Hulu's side, because this looks like it's just uploaded from VHS. Even if you look behind that, I gotta give this 2 out of 4 stars.